Hi, I'm Keith Gallagher with your First Alert Weather. This is a new show that we're going to be doing every so often when we have some breaking news in the weather department alerts. So if you have a specific area that you want to take a look at, feel free to drop that information in the chat. And hello, welcome, by the way. Again, I am Keith Gallagher. So let's get started right into it because we have a lot to go over right now. Now, this is for the United States, and once again, before I begin, please make sure that you are paying attention to your local weather authorities so that if they have any other information for you, that you want to go ahead and actually follow their direction and guidelines should anything be happening in your area. So we're going to fly around the country here in just a little bit, but let's go ahead first and dive into the North Carolina area where we have some really interesting weather and some alerts to go over, and I'll be bumping through those really briefly here. First, let me just turn on KRAX. Now, this general area of Charlotte is under a severe thunderstorm watch, and that is until 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this evening. We have seen storms that have had 40, 50, 60 mile an hour wind gusts in them. So definitely a very dangerous situation. Some reports of hail as well in the area, some trees down. So we'll be going over that too. So just keep in mind, there is a severe thunderstorm watch in the entire area of Charlotte, Troy, Lancaster, and Florence. That is until 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're looking at a pretty rough evening and rough late night travel commute here. We will first pop over to the west side of Charlotte, where there is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 6:15 p.m. In this particular area. So let me just zoom in. Now that is going to be, as I said, till about 6:15 p.m. This storm is moving at about 21 miles per hour to the southeast. There is some possible tornadoes in this area, so it's definitely something to keep an eye on for the next 8 minutes. They've not refreshed this particular alert, so we're not looking at something to continue on after this. So it looks like it is dissipating. However, this particular storm, again, is moving at a relatively decent clip at about 23 miles per hour to the southeast. So definitely something, if you're in the Gaffney area or in the Cowpens area, something to keep an eye on as well. Let me pop back out here and head over to the east side, where just north of Fayetteville, there's also another severe thunderstorm warning as well. And let me just zoom in here. Ooh. Get you zoomed in. Now this one expires in 7 minutes if you're in the Dunn area. This one is still quite bad though for let me just kind of get you squared away. So just north of Dunn, heading towards Benson. Let's get a track on this one, actually. Hold on just a moment. We want to kind of pinpoint on this one. Let me get this on the screen correctly here for you. Okay. And this one, it's moving off to the east. So it looks like Goldsboro, you're in the path of the worst of it. Let me actually expand that out. Yep, Four Oaks looking at about 619, 657 Goldsboro, if it still holds together by that particular time, because that's quite a bit of ways out, 657 and 7 o'clock. So it's not moving too fast per this particular vector, but something to definitely take a look at. So about 29 miles per hour. You're looking at about a 40% probability for hail in the storm, could be up to a half an inch. But of course, that's just radar indicated, radar estimated. It's not necessarily the true case in that regard. So let's zoom back out a little bit for you, get some more in this area. Oh, looks like we have another one that's popped up over here. Looks like it just popped up about 3 minutes ago. This one is over near Waterloo and Chapels. So I apologize if I'm misnaming anything, but I'm sure you know the area in which I'm at. Now this one, it lasts until about, wrong one. That's the special weather statement. The severe thunderstorm warning lasts until 6:45. So this one we have another good over half hour for this one. It's moving southeast at about 24 miles per hour. The hail threat is indicated on the radar. Possible tornado out of this one, so definitely something to keep an eye on. Now if I head on this one, we're looking at about a half hour, 15, 20 minutes. So 6:32 for 96. and Chapels, you'll be getting hit with the worst at about 6:50 p.m. This doesn't look that impressive on radar. I'll be honest with you. As opposed to the other ones, it does not look that impressive to radar. And let's actually get a closer radar. I apologize. Let me just zoom out here. We'll take this one. Bear with me just a moment while that refreshes. Yeah, so now let's zoom in on this one, see if we can find it out. So there's some purple that is starting to develop within this particular cell, but it is not as bad as some of the other cells that we've seen that are up in the northeast quadrant. So definitely something to keep an eye on. The worst of it is coming in about 20 minutes there to 96. You'll see it on the counter there. 6:31 p.m. is when it's expected to arrive, and it's probably going to increase in intensity by that time because that just came out of nowhere. So that's definitely something to watch out for and keep in mind. Let's zoom back out, see if we can find anything else in this particular area. There is another new local storm report. This one is an official storm report. It comes from law enforcement in Marlboro, South Carolina. So this one is in South Carolina. This is that a tree is down on roadway SC 38. So let me just zoom in here. Oh yeah, this one, this area here has got pretty bad storms. Let's get some tracking on this one for you as well. Oh no, I didn't want the line one. Sorry. Hold on. So the worst of it is looking to be Laurinburg at 619, 621, East Laurinburg, Roland at 628, and Maxton at 628. Anything beyond that particular time period, you always want to keep checking that radar every few minutes because you never know what might develop or what might get worse. There's some that's right now near Bennettsville. That is probably the worst of it right now. And then just east of Cheraw. So that is the worst of it in that particular cell. So definitely something to, take some shelter there. I would not be outside if you are traveling. Be very careful on those roads. Is definitely something to keep in mind. So let's just zoom out from the main picture here from the north. Looks like the North and South Carolina areas are your worst of where your storms are today. There are a few that we do want to take a look at because there are some more local storm reports. This time we're going to swing into Alabama for those of you. Hello, Alabama. We've got some pretty bad storms in your area, and I'm going to get that radar turned on right away. All right, so let's dive in right to it. We've got a few boxes of watches and warnings in the area. There's some special weather statements that are out there until 6:30 in the Coleman area. Another one looks to be... just north of let me see if I can get some cities here. So just north of Vernon, and that looks like Sulligant. So Sulligant, Beaverton, those particular areas. So Sulligan, you've got a really bad one that's got about a 90% hail probability in it. Severe hail probability is up to 20% on that particular storm. That expires in 2 minutes for that warning, but I have a feeling they're going to extend this particular special weather statement, if not upgrade it, possibly by the National Weather Service, because this one is really a strong and intense storm. We don't have the street level in for everything yet. That takes a long time to download, so we're still working on that. So we will definitely keep an eye on this. Now the storm track and tracking for you, that was not the right one. Sorry, hold on just a moment. That was pretty funny. Okay, let's get to track on this one here. Okay. No. Let's get a track over here. There already is some bad storms, but I'm talking about the worst of it. We're going to follow this vector down. Did it give me any cities? It did not. Okay, so hold on just a moment. Yeah, that special weather statement, I have a feeling that one's going to be extended here. So let me just take the worst of this, see if I can get some tracking on it. Beaverton, looks like the worst of it, 6:15 for you. Belk at 7 p.m. and Fayette, if it holds together by that long, which that's, like I said, a long way out. I'm not looking at that probability there of you getting that. That will be at 7:04. So let's see what happens here. We have just a few seconds left before this expires. Looks like they have not reissued that special weather statement. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes the National Weather Service just says nope. All right, so let's get back out live. Let's get you a look of your other, the weather in that area too, by the way, the local storm reports up there in Alabama. I'm sorry, I'm going to go right back to Alabama again. My apologies. So in Alabama, there was a few local storm reports. Broadcast media was talking about hail, that they saw that. And then the emergency manager did state that there was a roof that was damaged at the fire department. Wow. Okay. So in Ragland, and apparently this report is correcting a similar report where there was some roof damage in Asheville. That wasn't the case. It was even worse. It was in Ragland. It was the fire department. So hopefully they get that fixed as soon as possible. Holy cow. Holy smoke. Sometimes it happens. We're not all impenetrable. But there is one more to take a look at down here. This is a severe thunderstorm warning. Let's get into this area. This is over by Columbiana. So if you're in that area, you have another 29 minutes before that expires. You're looking at about 60-mile-an-hour winds. Talladega Springs, you are on target for this one. So definitely keep an eye on this one and keep an eye on your local radar and local weather for this information. Let's see if I can get a good track on this one. So this one's heading southeast. We're looking, like I said, Talladega Springs, 6:23 p.m. If it holds together, that's a long way off. Cycaluga at 6:41 p.m. So definitely something to keep an eye out. Keep an eye on your local National Weather Center, your local weather alerts. Make sure you're subscribed to those as well. It's always important to be subscribed to those. But we're looking at these particular areas here. It's some impacts, some really heavy rain. Let me get you down into that storm as well. You can see there's quite a bit of severe thunderstorm popping up in that particular storm. Let me just see here. So it looks like right in here. Yeah, let's move that out of the way. Right in this particular area here. If you are in that area, definitely something to keep an eye on and watch out for. I'm going to pop this up. I'll be just back in just a few moments. Okay, so as we go ahead to these different areas here, and let me get rid of the telestration on the screen. I apologize. Let me clear those tracking points as well. Let's take you back out to the default view and see what we got going on here. So Alabama, definitely something to watch out for you. I'm sorry, I'm scrolling on the wrong thing. I do that sometimes. The screen looks so realistic on this side that it's like, let me just zoom this back over here. Okay, there we go. Got you back. Okay. Let's get you now zoomed into a few other areas. Like, let's take a look at Colorado really quick. There were some issues with Colorado a little bit earlier, and they are still residing. Let's go into this radar over here. Let's get rid of that composite. Oh, I got two now. We have two. Oh, I still have telestration on. I apologize. Okay. We've got 11 minutes. This one was a considerable one. So this one was notated as what they call considerable. The National Weather Service is doing this. So we're going to focus on this one first. It is up to 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Okay. Keep in mind, again, those are radar indicated, so it's not necessarily true, 100% that is the case. But there are potentially up to over a 3/4 of an inch size of hail. So I think that's close to 5/8 if we're looking at 0.88 inches. Very close to an inch. Like, what's the difference, right? Between a 3/4 of an inch or an inch of hail? Not much. When it's coming down from the sky, it hurts either way. So we're looking at some storms that are tracking to the northeast in this particular cell. Now, let me get you some manual tracking on that one as well. Now this one might not pop up some cities, but we'll see. Let me zoom out. No, this one did not give me any cities. Oh, Byers. So Byers by 6:38 p.m. Looks like that will be to you the worst of it. But right now where it's at, we're looking at the Denver area to the east and slightly to the southeast of the Denver area to kind of square you in with where we're at on the radar here. They have some few other things that are going, like flash flood warnings right now south of Denver and in the Denver main area that are lasting until 8:45 p.m. tonight. The Castle Rock area, you have one until 8:15 tonight. So there is some really bad rain, a lot of rain in this particular area. There is a train spotter that's out there that said the road was flooded and there were 6 inches of water at Mansfield and East Loyola Drive. So that was just reported as of 5:50. So these are live reports that are coming in. Definitely something to keep in mind. And again, as I always say, make sure that you are checking in with your local weather authorities for what to do. And if you have some flash flooding out there, if you think that there is water and it's very deep, do not drive through it. Do not try to drive through it. Go around, go somewhere else, or just wait it out. Don't get yourself trapped. Don't get yourself hurt. That is the worst thing to see, those kind of stories, to see that a family got swept away or somebody driving thought that they could make it. So just keep that in mind. Now, the worst of the storms themselves, just rain. Oh, did that just update? That just update. So they just moved the box a little bit on me here, but just refreshing it. Still seems like they haven't fully gotten rid of the possibility. It's no longer considerable, so it has been downgraded now. Doesn't mean it's any less severe of a thunderstorm warning. It is still a severe thunderstorm warning, which you should always take very, very severe, like it is something very bad, very, very severe. I mean, they call it severe thunderstorm warning. Hello, I don't think they can make that any worse, right? So there are 60-mile-an-hour winds now that our radar indicated. There is still a possibility of hail, and that storm has sped up. It is now at 30 miles an hour heading to the northeast. So you are going to be seeing that storm coming around really, really fast in your particular area. If you are near Bennett, you are going to be hit with some really intense rain here momentarily. It's potentially some of that flooding in the area, depending upon your local areas there. So something to keep an eye on. Now, a little bit farther to the south, near the Black Forest area, just northeast of the Black Forest area, there is another severe thunderstorm warning. This one also has up to 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and potential hail as well, up to 1 inch in size. That is moving a lot slower, though, and that's where it could be a lot more dangerous of storms. It is moving at only 6 miles an hour to the northeast. So that one is a slow mover. Something to definitely watch out for. So let's get you back out to the main view here. Pop back on the radar. If you want to see anything specifically for your area or know how your weather is, definitely take a look and pop it into the chat so we can get your area taking a look at here. I'm going to pop in there. I saw something down here in the California area. Yeah, okay. So let's get zoomed in here. Let me see if I have a radar nearby. Hold on. Oh, KSOX. Let's let that refresh. Okay, I don't know if that... Yeah, okay, we've got it. Cool. Okay, a few watches and warnings to go over here, so let's go ahead and run these down for you. We've got a flash flood warning as well. It is a considerable threat damage over north of Banning along I-10, the Yucapa area. So again, I apologize if I mispronounced that. But definitely something to watch out for. Some more ones over here. There are some flash flood warnings until 10 p.m. These are all considerable. So keep in mind, they are very considerable near the Desert Hot Springs, south of the 29 Palms area. So if you're in this area, and definitely take a look. Now there is a considerable threat over here too. A severe thunderstorm warning, but that only expires in the next 6 minutes. So it's still some horrible hail possibility here. Some severe hail probability is not seen, so it's just a little bit of hail. But this particular storm seems to be stalling out in this area and not moving very fast, according to the radar. Some other considerable areas, which is a flash flood warning just north of I-10 here, kind of northeast of Mecca, east of Indio. So definitely something to watch out for if you're in those particular areas. Let's get you back out now live to the wide view of the United States. There is a few other warnings that we're going over this evening. If you're on your way home this evening, there is some weather all over the country to take a look at and watch out for. We're heading into KMBX. We are in the North Dakota area. So let's zoom in there. What do we have here? Oh, this one's really bad. Okay, so let's take a look here. It looks like we have a tornado warning until 7 p.m. this evening. If you are over in this area by the Butte area, definitely something to watch out for. This is a tornado warning. This is one of the most severe warnings that we could have to present to you. Let's get a track on this particular storm. Looking at the tornado indicated, it is radar indicated. We are looking, they are not on the ground for that long, so this is very slow moving according to the radar. So let me get a better track on this. Hold on just a moment. Let's see here. Oh, it's saying this. Wait, hold on. Storm's moving to the east. Okay. Yeah, so looking at these different areas here, it does not look like the storm is moving very fast, but this is something to watch out for. This is definitely a tornado warning in the Butte area. So we will leave this up on the screen for a little bit while we take a look at this and keep this up on the screen. Give me just a few moments here. What I'm going to do, hold on just a second. Okay. Okay, hold on just a moment. We're going to leave this up on the screen for a few moments here. I'm going to take a quick break. I will be right back in just a moment. We'll have more on this tornado warning live in the Butte area. We're going to follow it. We'll be right back.
Meet Harper. She was born.
Liftoff of Mission 41D, the first flight of the orbital Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower. Discovery's core computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Welcome back to First Alert Weather. I'm Keith Gallagher. We are streaming live and we are looking right now, as you have had on your screen, Butte. There is a tornado warning right now, North Dakota, in the Butte area. It does expire in about 28 minutes. Now, as we know, tornadoes do not last long on the ground, but definitely something that you don't want to take lightly in this particular area here of North Dakota. Very surprised. We are not really taking off of this particular screen just to let you have that look into it. If you're near the southwest of the Butte area, and I'm going to go ahead and get actually some first, I guess you can call it first alert weather updates here shortly. So I'm just going to put myself on mute. I'm going to work around a little bit here, try to get some of the live information for you in regards to street level mapping. So just enjoy the music and I'll be right back. So we have the latest here, and welcome back. I'm just going to turn that down a bit. Play that in the background a little bit there for you. So thanks for watching me. Once again, this is some late breaking news here. We have a tornado warning that is set to expire in about 24 minutes now in the Butte, North Dakota area. Looking at about the worst of the weather is coming in at about 24th Street Northwest, 10th Avenue Northwest, and 26th Street Northwest as well. So if you are in those areas, I definitely tell you right now, heed the warnings of your local officials and also the National Weather Service, which has issued a tornado warning for that area. Please take shelter at this time in that area. This is once again a tornado warning that is in the area of Butte, North Dakota. So that's what we're looking at. Okay. Just want to see where I was at with my volume there. I apologize. Watching the stream live. So that is in this particular area. So we are gonna take you to other areas in the country in just a little bit, but I just wanted to have a street level by level in this area. If you're familiar with these areas here, definitely take caution if I'm labeling these off for you. 22nd Street Northwest, that's another area. Okay, we just had the radar refresh. It looks like it is dissipating, so that is some good news for this area. It looks like it will not be necessarily severe and something to worry about in the next few minutes. But again, a tornado warning by the National Weather Service has been issued in the area of Butte. It has not been dropped as of this time, so that we will keep on this for you as it goes on, and we'll keep an eye on this in just a little bit. So I'm going to just take you back out to the wide view, see if there's any more watches or warnings to speak of. I apologize, I keep clicking the wrong screen. Again, we were watching the area of Butte, North Dakota with a tornado warning. That one just screamed out at me, didn't it? Let me get a shot of this one too. Okay. All right, so we'll come back to that in just a little bit. We'll keep an eye on that for you. Now we're going to take you over to the North Carolina area. Again, some really bad storms over there. No tornado warnings to speak of, but we do have some severe weather warnings. Some special weather statements are kind of posted throughout that particular area of North Carolina. But over near the Greenwood area is where we're looking at a severe thunderstorm warning. And I apologize. Let me see if I can get this centered on the screen there for you. There we go. So let me zoom into this particular area. It looks like it's so Abbeville. You're looking till about 7:15 this evening. Possible 60-mile-an-hour winds. 6 more minutes for the Greenwood area as well, but kind of overlaps on that one. We're looking at about 6:45, moving at about south. So moving at about 24 miles an hour in a southeast trajectory for these particular storms. So something to definitely keep an eye on in just in case. Now backing out a little bit further, it looks like some of the other warnings have kind of dropped off for the North Carolina area. So we're not looking too bad at this point. And when I say that, that's kind of a relative term. Keep in mind there are special weather statements throughout. There's a general warning, severe thunderstorm watch, watch, in effect until about 10 p.m. tonight. So that means warnings could pop up along the way. They're not considering it a particularly dangerous situation at this time. That's some good news. That's been downgraded from earlier. So really, really some good news for North Carolina as well. All right, so let's take a look back at our Butte, North Dakota. So Butte, North Dakota. We have expiring in about 20 minutes. There still is a tornado warning that's in effect. Now, keep in mind, tornado warnings are a lot different than watches. So what is the difference? A tornado watch means possibly, radar indicated, there is a tornado. This, as you'll see on the screen right there, says this was not only a tornado that was seen on radar, but this was also an observed tornado. And I'm going to actually take a look at that reflectivity. So let me get a local, here we go. Hopefully this one's a good one. That one's a little far out of the reach here, but we'll see if we can zoom in. Oh yeah, okay. Let's take off the composite radar, get the real radar. Let me see what we got going on. Put the velocity on. They're saying in this general area is where the tornado was. So it looks like over here on on velocity, excuse me, not reflectivity, on velocity, there seems to be, that's really hard to take a look at. Let me see if I can get a better radar view. Hold on just a moment. I apologize. Maybe this one will be better. Nope, that's tough as well. That seems to be outside of the area. So let's go to the KMBX It's tough. There's not too many radars, and they're not as powerful as you'd think in that particular area. So they must have seen right in this area right here. Let me zoom in street level on this one. So 26th Street Northwest, 25th Street Northwest, and these specific areas, and then right along, oh, that's this one. Let's see if I get this street. Oh, it's not wanting to pop up for me. There's a few areas in here, though. That is where the worst of the weather is. So that's what we're taking a look at. Let's switch back over to reflectivity. Again, that tornado warning is still in effect. Looks like it's shifted south a little bit, if that is where the tornado is at. Let me clear off these data points here. They're looking at it down in this area right here. So if you are in the Butte area, we're getting street level mapping here. So we're getting 25th Street Southwest, 25th Street Northwest, 24th Street Northwest. Those particular areas, if you're in this general area, definitely something to watch out for. Take shelter. It is a tornado warning. It is not a watch, which means it has been confirmed. So it's definitely something to keep an eye on. Keep this popped up. We'll be right back as we take another break. We'll be right back. Stay with us. All right, welcome back. Keith Gallagher here, live. Turn down that music a bit there for you. Welcome back. First alert weather. The tornado has moved. This situation is not good. It's still on the ground. It is still going. I'm quite surprised at this point that we are still tracking this. It looks like there is a severe probability for hail. There's definitely hail in the storm. 100% chance. Not a question there. Definitely, you have some severe hail probability, about 50%. We have to continue to track this. It's about to cross over a county line here. So I'm going to need to zoom out and get a redo on our listings, because I only got McLean County maps for street level mapping here. So if it crosses over the county line, I'm gonna have to reset on that one. So as it stands right now, this particular storm, let's switch over from reflectivity to velocity. Looks like they are tracking that. Ooh, there it is right here. That is really bad right in this area. And they've extended the tornado warning. So it is now crossed over. So if you're in the Butte area, it looks like it's going away from you. You really don't have anything to particularly worry about. That expires in 9 minutes, and it probably will expire. What has been extended and what has been enforced has been that tornado warning over in the areas. Oops. I keep moving the wrong screen. I apologize. There we go. Let's see if I can get a better track on this for you. So this particular cell, and you can see where that's at now. Hold on. Let's get in there. This storm has really blown up. I'm so surprised. This tornado, they have called this correctly. This is definitely a tornado. If you are in the following areas, let's get you a track on this right away. They're saying it's moving to the southeast on the vector. Hold on a moment. I tend to not believe that. Let me move this into motion. Yeah, it's moving more southwest than southeast. Okay. Let me clear that off. What do we have here? Let me zoom out. Hold on just a moment. We're just kind of resetting here. So again, just resetting. If you are watching us, thank you for joining us. We are in Butte, North Dakota, looking live at a tornado warning in that particular area. Southeast of Benedict, southwest of Butte. It's moving away from the Butte area. This is a tornado warning. It has been extended. We're looking at until about 7:15 p.m. Now, normally tornadoes do not last that long on the ground, but this is a really bad storm. We're going to switch over from reflectivity to velocity and zoom in here. Now you see that the green is winds that are moving away, reds that are moving towards the radar. And when they line up and when they come close to one another and they are right next to one another or they're intermingled, we're looking at a bad situation when it comes to it. So we're going to keep an eye on that. But the street level mapping here, I'm going to get you some streets here. Let me zoom in a little bit closer. So this is State Road, Highway 41. If you're in that particular area, something to watch out and take shelter for. 20th, let me get that, 20th Street Northwest as well. Another area to watch out for. That storm is heading your way. And then where do I have this one here? Here we go. 21st Street Northwest as well, another street to watch out for. If you're in this particular area, take shelter right away and heed the warnings of your local officials. So definitely something to watch out for. So we're going to keep an eye on this tornado. I'm going to look at other places in the area as well around the country. So if you have a particular area that you want to take a look at, definitely let me know. But let's pop you back over to North Carolina. That was where we were at earlier in the stream. The North Carolina area is definitely seeing some really bad weather. So let me just kind of reset this here. Hold on just a moment. Oops, there it is. Just resetting here for you. Just a few moments. And again, first alert weather, we're going to take a look at all the different areas here. But this one, really in the Butte, North Dakota area, the tornado, the symbol up there now has changed. So it's no longer that it's just a radar indicated one. This specifically means that there is a tornado, and this is by the public. So the public officials in that area and also the public as well in McLean County in North Dakota have reported a tornado on the ground. We do not have any word yet of what type of category it is, but you can tell by that radar that it's actually really bad. So we're going to take a look at some other radars here, though. Like I said, let's go back into North Carolina. There is, if you're trying to travel in that area this evening, definitely be careful because there is a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for the North Carolina area up until 10 p.m. Eastern this evening, with special weather statements all scattered in throughout Fayetteville, Charlotte, and then also another one that popped up as well near Abbeville, which is a severe thunderstorm warning. So let's zoom into that as well. Really and truthfully, from what radar has, it hasn't been looking too severe on radar, but that doesn't mean necessarily that the situation on the ground is any different. So taking off the base composite radar there to show you, that expires in about 20 minutes, just under 20 minutes now. Possible hail on there. It is all radar indicated, so it's not like we've had any reports of hail on the ground. So something that we definitely like to always keep in mind, that we tell you about, that it's not necessarily that that's been reported. So let's take a look back out at Colorado. That was another area that we were looking at earlier. There are some flood warnings out there, some flash flood warnings that are a considerable threat that the National Weather Service has stated. So definitely something to watch out for. This one was a special weather statement. I'm not exactly sure, but let me get a local radar here. Yeah, there's a little storm cell that's out here south of Stratton and Vona area and the Cheyenne Wells area. Not really much to speak of though, but I mean, if you're in that local area, that's definitely something to keep an eye on. So I'm not minimizing that at all. But up in the Castle Rock area, we have some really bad storms that are in this area. And I would not be surprised if this is going to turn into a tornado watch at some point. But you really don't get tornadoes out in this area in Colorado. But if this were in the plains area, we would definitely be seeing something there. So possibility here of some hail as well, indicated by radar. So something to watch out for. And we're just kind of scroll around here for a bit. Let's get you some tracking on that too. Not all radars are made alike, so I will keep that in mind, please. No? Not that radar either, huh? Okay. Maybe I'll get lucky on this radar. No. Okay. It's a difference in radar of level 2 radar, level 3 radar, so it does make a difference, particularly which radar I pick, which is going to show me. So, okay, a few things to take a look at here. We got some flash flooding southwest of Fort Collins till about 7:30 p.m. That is a flash flood warning, not a watch, meaning that there is some flash flooding going on in that particular area. We've had some local storm reports from emergency management in Elbert County. They have reports of Road 106 closed due to flooding between County Road 13 and County Road 5. I mean, there's so many reports in this area here. Some flash flooding. The road is flooded. 6 inches of water at Mansfield and East Loyola Drive. Let's zoom in on this area here. Just north of Byers, we have a very bad cell that's moving at about 18 miles an hour to the east. So it's definitely something to watch out for as well. Let's check back in Butte, North Dakota. That is where the action is currently at. And looks like one of the tornado warnings is going to expire. Let's get that radar on. Okay, so resetting here. We do have a tornado that has been reported. And there has been a touchdown of a tornado that has been reported. So that has been confirmed. That is not radar indicated. That has been confirmed there's a tornado. They usually do not last this long. This is a very long-lasting tornado. However, we do know that this is the plains area. So they can stay on the ground for a lot longer because the conditions are definitely ripe for that. We have it heading southwest at about 9 miles an hour. It is not a fast-moving storm. It is not a fast-moving cell. But it is very dangerous in that area. If you are in these areas, it is something to watch out for. Let's see if this expires. Let's just watch this really quick. It has expired. So Butte, you are in the clear. You might have some residual rain and some, showers and heavy showers there. But south of there, you are not. You are still in a very bad tornado situation. Let's see if I can get you some tracking on this. Excuse me. We're going to stay on the air here until we, normally I would have cut this off here shortly, but we're going to stay on the air a little bit longer just because this is a very serious situation. Nope, I don't have anything there. Let's clear that off. Let me see if I can get a line here. Oop. I don't have any major cities in that area, so maybe that's not necessarily a bad thing. Not that any tornado is a good thing. But definitely if you are in these areas that is within this particular area, there are really no cities that they have listed here that are a part of it except the southwest of Butte. But the tornado started up in McLean County. It still is in McLean County. It looks like it's getting ready. It's crossing over State Road 41 right now in that area. So it's definitely moving at a very slow pace. But there is some heavy rain activity in this area. Take another quick break. There is a tornado warning that we are tracking here live on First Alert Weather. Enjoy the music, but we will be right back. We're going to stay on the air until this tornado warning is over. Cutting back in here, we are live. This is First Alert Weather. I am Keith Gallagher. Thank you so much for joining me. So we are tracking what is, and to reset the map for you, taking you out to the wide view of the United States. You can see here up in the North Dakota area, we are tracking what is a report of a tornado. This has been confirmed, not by radar, but by people with their own eyes on the ground. It is southwest of Butte, North Dakota. So it is not as populated in that area, but it is definitely something that we do not take lightly of any type of tornado warnings. It is near State Road 41, Highway 41 in that particular area. And let's just see if I can get a little bit more information here. First Alert Weather here. You are watching us live. We are on the air staying with you during this tornado warning until it is over. We are in North Dakota, southwest of Butte, moving towards Turtle Lake area along State Road 41 if you're in that area. Now it's just going to expire in the next 8 minutes, it looks like. So it does look really bad. We haven't gotten an extension from the National Weather Service. So we're going to keep an eye on this for you. Continue to listen to the music. We'll be right back in just a few. We're going to take a few short breaks here as I try to gather more information. We do expect this to expire in the next 6 minutes. We don't expect this to be extended. So we will take this time now to say thank you for watching. If there's any more late breaking or weather information out there, we will bring it to you and we'll break in. So subscribe to the channel, like, share, and subscribe. I am Keith Gallagher. Once again, we're watching just southwest of Butte, North Dakota, where a tornado has been spotted on the ground. So please stay safe out there. Thanks so much for watching and have a good one.